So everybody doesn't like kimchi spicy. I love it, spicy and funky and all that good stuff. So just considering that people are different, I am making a white kimchi, and it is made pretty much the same way we make kimchi, but without the gochujang, which is the spiciness. So right now I'm going to cut this cabbage and leave the outer leaves. This is a Savoy cabbage, and usually we make kimchi with Napa cabbage, but I'm using this. It's sweeter and the leaves are a little more tender. And because it's white, I think the white kimchi, you know, it's not spicy. I think this is gonna be fine. So basically right now I'm just gonna cut it up and salt it and let it sit for about an hour. And take this part out too, and don't throw it away. We hold on to it as we do those outer leaves to push the makings of the kimchi up under the brine as it ferments and does its thing. And I'm going to kind of cut these down and massage it with salt and then just let it sit for, like I said, about an hour. And once I put the salt in there, all these pieces will be they'll shrink down in size. So I don't want to cut it too small. So, see that? And then we're just going to add in the kosher salt. Now, you can use pickling salt. I just use kosher salt. I'm going to get it all in there. And don't worry, we're not going to eat all this salt. It's just to make the brine and to tenderize the leaves. And we don't even need to add water because it will, in an hour, it will have made its own water. Okay? So while the cabbage is sitting for an hour, I've put together some peppers, pears, daikon, radish, ginger, and some fennel. And I'm going to add in some miso. This is a hearty brown rice miso. I'm going to add that to this. And then I'm going to add all of this into a blender carafe. And I'm going to blend it up to make a sauce. Well, I have to watch the sauce, but let me just talk about this a little bit. So this is going to be what I would typically use the gochujang sauce with the vegan fish sauce and all that. But I am going to add some fish sauce to it, but it won't be spicy. It's going to be more on a sweet sort of savory kick. You know, I think I'm going to add some thyme to this too. So it's fennel, pear, daikon radish, ginger, and peppers, and I'm going to add some thyme, and I added the miso, and I'm going to add the juice of some pineapple and blend that all up. So it got a lot of it in there. Once I start blending it up, I can add in the rest. I'm going to try to pour in some of this pineapple juice. Bring it down a little bit more. And this pineapple juice is sitting in coconut water, so that's another added layer of flavor. And if I can get the top on this, I have to take some of this out. So I'm going to blend this up right quick. And this smells incredible. It smells incredible. So it's giving me a little headway, but I'm going to pour this in a jar and then do the rest of the mixture. Hold off on putting it. So once the cabbage has sat and made its own brine, I will mix this in with the cabbage and the other cut up vegetables. And pretty much the cut up vegetables that I have are that'll, you know, be a part of the cabbage mixture are pretty much what I've mixed up here. It's fennel, daikon, radish, and peppers. So let's pour this and set it aside. I'll leave a little bit of that in there while I add the rest of this. It smells so, I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. Kimchi is so delicious. It's a Korean dish, and I don't know, I just love it spicy. But again, like everybody isn't a spicy girl. I don't know why not, but I only added in the pineapple juice. I didn't add in pineapple. I could have, of course, but I have the pear in there, and the fennel is kind of sweet. I don't want, you know, I want it to have a sweet, tangy taste, but I don't want it to be overly sweet. So I'm going to blend this up and then add it to the rest of it. I will put on the band a recipe for spicy kimchi as well. I don't know if I mentioned earlier that I put in about 6-7 cloves of garlic as well in here. And probably going to have way more than enough for the one cabbage that I have. And I can use this, the rest of this batch for the spicy kimchi that I'm going to make. I'll just add in the gochujang to that one. So you can see the cabbage has shrunk, and there is a lot of salt on the side. You can see the water in the bottom of the bowl. Can you see that? Not a lot, but I'm going to rinse the salt off and start packing it in the jar. So I've rinsed it pretty good. I am going to sit down. I've gotten all the salt out. And then transfer this over to a bowl and add in the paste that we made earlier. Me, meaning me, that I made earlier. Okay. Just so you guys know, these are the jujube dates. They're really not dates, but that's what they're called. And they're great in kimchi and good for your gut. And they are supposed to also have a calming effect. So I'm sort of taking a paper towel and patting this a little dry. It's going to get wet again, but I don't want a lot of water on it. I want to get the salt off of it too. So I'm going to add in the fennel, the daikon, a radish, the jujube, dates, and I think that's it. Yep. And we're going to just kind of mix that all up. So pretty. And now let's add in that beautiful, wonderful miso, ginger, and everything else paste that we blended up earlier. I say we because I want you guys to be in here with me, even though you're in your own kitchen. And we're just gonna play around and make sure it gets in all the nooks and crannies. You guys could only smell this. Ooh, it smells so good. So good. I want to put some pepper in it so bad, but the ginger should make it spicy enough. And plus I'm going to do one with the Korean peppers in another video. I hope you guys, we'll make this one because it's smelling really good. Like really, really good. I want to eat some of it now. It smells so good. All right, so let me clean it up a little bit. I did add in some thyme, T-H-Y-M-E, when I put in the other mixture of, you know, with the dates and the peppers and all. Didn't do a whole lot. You can see there's some there. Oh, this smells divine. Okay, let me clean my hands so I can start putting this in a container. And now we're just gonna stuff it in the jar. I think I'm gonna be able to make 2 jars. And you want it to be up under that paste. Nothing sticking out. I can probably get a little bit more in there. And remember the hard pieces that we kept and put to the side? I'm just going to take that, remember this? And this will be like a cap to make sure that the brine is under this. Just like that. Looks like puts a cap on top of it. You want to have this some headway so that it doesn't bubble over. See how that is? Now I do have these. I don't think I'm going to need it. Just a second. Sorry about that, guys. Thought I had some open. No, I do. These little things here, you can put that on there, but I don't think I need it. I think this, it's up under there. But these kind of weigh it down. I don't need it. I think we're good. And that gives me some space to, you know, for this to ferment. And if it bubbles over, it's not gonna, shouldn't come out of the jar. And I'm gonna seal it. Put the cap on it. And that's it. White kimchi.